Match reaction, Aston Villa 3, Manchester United 1. Aston Villa totally deserved to win that game today, Tony.
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt, but I thought they'd won the game before the ball was even kicked. I thought Ten Hag picked the wrong team, the wrong tactics, clearly. Having Van der Beek up there, clearly shown you, didn't run, didn't do anything. It was not the alternative to Bruno. With Bruno in the team, he gets you running, he gets back and forth, he challenges, he gets in there, can be annoying. But Van der Beek, I've said it before, he's not fit for purpose in the Premier League. He just can't do it. The gaps, what was there in that team was unbelievable. The first 60 minutes, there was no one in midfield. The players were up front, players were at the back. Aston Villa had the ball in the middle and they roamed and roamed. It was an absolute poor display from the team. Individual performances there were so poor. I've not seen that for a long time. At the beginning of the game, I thought, here we go, Brentford all over again.
Yeah, we will get into the individual performances later on in the video, but with you touching on Bruno there, one man don't make a team, Tony, but does it show you how vital Bruno is to this Manchester United team?
Bruno gets everywhere. He can annoy you, but he annoys the opposition as well. We had nobody to annoy the opposition. They had the freedom, the way they were tackling, the way they were strolling, the way they were running. It was just so slow in that middle. They did not help. I thought Martinez and Lindelof were exposed there like you wouldn't believe. I have not seen that for a long time. Martinez had to keep coming out of position, which is unusual for him, and he kept getting caught. But that wasn't his fault. The midfield, I mean, Eriksen, Van der Beek, did nothing at all. And, you know, I've got to turn around and say, you said to me the other day about Rashford, would he be going to the World Cup? Listen, I wouldn't even take Rashford to Tesco. And that's the truth. I wouldn't. And I've thought before, yes, his performances are fine, but I'm telling you.
But Tony, we all know with Rashford, I said to you before the game started, why is he putting Rashford on the right-hand side? We all know Marcus Rashford cannot play on the right wing.
No, that's right. And he did nothing on the right wing. You've seen him drifting inside, trying to get alongside Ronaldo all the time. And it just doesn't work. Dalot, he had no one to give the ball to. And Dalot just ended up going all over the place. It was a mismatch, right, of tactics, of players trying to play football. And I'm not taking nothing away from Aston Villa.
Listen, Jacob Ramsey in the centre midfield for them, Tony.
Yeah. Destroyed him. But the thing is, no one marked him. And this is down to Ten Hag. I thought the second half against Real Sociedad the other night, right, was just a shambles, right, of just like going for it, which is understandable. We was going for a goal. But the game was like that. It didn't have any pattern at all. The players didn't seem to know what they were doing. And I'll go on about Van der Beek again because it's vital, because he came in to replace Bruno. I seen him stood there pointing, nobody talking to him throughout the time he was on the pitch, and he never spoke to anybody. Ronaldo did the same. Jogging was the name of the game today for them forwards and the midfield. Absolutely as poor as I've seen for a long time. But, like I say, Aston Villa got the goals. And to be honest with you, individually, there was one or two chances throughout the game, and United could have got back into it, because I don't even think David De Gea made any real good saves.
I can't remember anything.
No.
I think it's more picking the ball out than that.
I think it was just all down to that midfield where they control the game. United just didn't have the control. It was different when three players come on, but Aston Villa weren't really going for it. And what summed it up for me was that the start of the second half, within 10 seconds, they could have scored. The player passed it, he got the ball back, and he run through, and he shot, and he could have scored. It was absolutely a terrible, terrible display.
The thing is, Tony, Aston Villa scored 3 goals today. Goals win you games. We're not scoring really more than 1 goal per match. I think out of the last 6 games, Premier League games, we've only managed to score 2 and more goals. Well, now, Erik Ten Hag, he's got his hands tied behind his back, though, hasn't he, Tony? We've got no out-and-out centre-forward there who's going to guarantee us 20 goals a season.
No, that's our problem. We're not going to score lots of goals. We did say that on the pre-match.
Sorry to interrupt, is that Ronaldo today? He's struggling, Tony.
Yeah, but
chances again there today, Tony, and I think we need to chat about him because you know, a lot of ex-pundits and people who are sticking up for Ronaldo are saying, you put him in your team, he scores your goals. Well, he's missing more and more opportunities for me.
No.
What's your thoughts?
No, I've said it from the start of the season, right the way through, right now. He is not good enough. He's lost his strength. He's lost his speed. He's lost that quick thinking. You just don't see it from Ronaldo. It's like a wasted player at times. You want a class centre forward, right? Ronaldo was a class centre forward.
Yeah.
He isn't anymore. But he's not alone on that pitch. There was one or two players there, right, whose egos there have been getting a little bit too big, and they've been caught out today, right? A little change in tactics, a little change in work, and they've not been able to do it. But the thing is, they didn't battle. Manchester United today did not battle. I seen there for 60 minutes a team inept of a tackle.
I was just about to say to you there, so I didn't interrupt, but Casemiro and Martinez, once or twice in the whole 90 minutes, were the only people putting in a tackle, going in for them 50-50s.
Yeah.
Whereas everyone else, they're like shirking it, Tony.
Yeah, all shirked it today. They didn't work as a team. People weren't prepared to work for each other, and it's not on. And Ten Hag has got a battle on his hand, a big battle, because we could have gone or stayed close to Newcastle going fourth.
Yeah.
And now there's 4 points difference, and that's wrong. We should have got there today. Aston Villa were there for the taking. I don't think they were a great attacking side. But let me tell you something. They deserved the win for the effort. And I'm not knocking them at all, right? They deserved the win, right? You could see in the first 15 minutes how they wanted it. But you could also see how United didn't know what to do. Yeah. Did not know what to do. I thought at one point we had 5 attackers, and that was in the first half hour. And I thought, what are you doing? It's the midfield. Just a shambles all the way through. And Ten Hag disappointed me today, because at half time there should have been complete changes. And to leave it that long, it was wrong. Today, he got it totally wrong. The players were inept today, and that's all I can say. They committed suicide in a way, the way they played football, the way they passed it. And again, I'll go on. The free kicks, the corners, everything else, when you get chances with these balls, you've got to make the most of it, and we don't. We just don't. I don't know what's going on here at Manchester United. We don't do anything when the ball is dead and we've got a free kick. Just don't do it. They scored an excellent free kick. Oh, great goal.
Yeah, by Lucas Digne. But also, again, Tony, being a bit too harsh. We've still got Jadon Sancho, who's out, Anthony, who can play on that right side. Big players for Manchester United. Do you think they would have made a difference all today?
Listen, me and you would have made a difference today, because if we'd have been in that midfield, we wouldn't have let them go past us.
No.
But the thing is, they didn't let them go past us because they weren't even marking. That's the first thing you do. You mark. And it just wasn't there.
Do you think, looking at the team performance as well today, and I mean the team performance, not just individuals, do you think there is certain players in that team, like, example, Eriksen, who might just need a rest? Because he's playing near enough every game, Eriksen, isn't he?
Yeah, you could go. He's had 2 poor games, really, Eriksen. But the thing is, you could say people need a rest. But the thing is, it wasn't down to a rest today. It was down to effort.
I agree.
It was down to effort and tactics today, and both of them weren't there. And there's a lot to be said about bringing Anthony back on there, right? Rashford out on the right. I'll never, ever understand that. Didn't make sense. And when he was out on the right, all he did was kept coming inside. He did not do his job. It looked to me as though United was set up at the beginning, right, to chase him down, They gave up after 5 minutes, chasing him down. They had the midfield. They controlled the game. They deserved the game. And Manchester United deserved absolutely nothing.
The thing that baffles me a little bit, I won't talk about it too much, but is Rashford playing out on the right-hand side. We've mentioned on previous videos how much of a good partnership and an understanding Luke Shaw and Rashford have been getting on that left-hand side. And to change it over the last couple of games, I know Garnacho started against Sociedad, grabbed his goal, great performance, but it's a different kettle of fish going into the Premier League. Villa there with the new manager getting the bounce back. You want your best partnerships on the field, don't you?
Yeah, that's one of the tactics, what he got wrong. He should have had Rashford there with Shaw. They've been working well. Alanga should have been put out on the right. Garnacho should have started. To me, it was wrong, because I mentioned the other night, Shaw doesn't back Garnacho up, whereas he backs Rashford up by overlapping, and we didn't see that
Shaw
at all.
and Rashford, they've built up an understanding, I think, this season, haven't they? A very good understanding as well.
Yeah, they know how to do it. But there was no partnerships throughout the team today. There was no passing partnerships. There was no movement partnerships. When they got the ball and pushed it forward, our players never chased back. And the stats on the running and the chasing, I'd love to see him, because that was as poor, right, as an effort from the team, from individuals, right, as I've seen.
It was mirroring last season at points, I thought.
Yeah. Well, I was feeling that, to be honest with you. I wasn't sure on how much to go in. But the thing is, it was mirroring on, hang on a minute, what's happening? Yeah. But to me, it's like, was that effort not put in because people are looking for next week and the end of the Premier League, looking at World Cup and looking at games like that, not wanting to get injured? To me, that smelt a little bit of, I won't go in too hard here. And that's what it looked like.
We were saying to each other and screaming at the telly most of it, where, when Villa have got the ball, Man United players are nowhere to be seen. They're 5, even 10 yards sometimes away from the play with the ball. The marking, it's like, where's the intensity?
Yeah, the marking was poor, the running was poor. And like you said before, there was only Casemiro and Martinez doing the tackling. No one wanted to seem to get injured.
Yeah. I must say though, Tony, Martinez in the first 20 minutes, I thought he really struggled against Leon Bailey.
He got dragged out because they were running at him and he had to come out to try and intercept and he got caught out. But that wasn't his fault.
No.
To me, players didn't want to run. They didn't want to get injured. They didn't understand what each other player was doing. Yeah. And to be honest with you, and I've said it again, Donny van de Beek, right, did nothing. Doesn't deserve to be in the team. Why he was put in, I don't know. Right? But he is not a Manchester United player.
He's not going to get us to where we need to be.
He never did anything, and he hasn't done anything. And I know I'm going on about him, but he ain't good enough. But that game there today was not Donny van de Beek's fault. That was every player, right? Because they didn't communicate, they didn't work, and they didn't put the effort in. And once you're 3-1 down, game's over.
Can I just ask you one question before we go? Cristiano Ronaldo, he was the captain today. After everything that happened during and after that Tottenham game, with him walking out the stadium, are you surprised Ten Hag gave him the captaincy over let's say, the likes of David De Gea today?
Yeah, I was surprised they didn't give it Martinez. There's your warrior, there's your man what fights. To be honest with you, he got the captaincy today. He stood there, especially in that first half, just waving his arms about, instructing people to do the running. That's because he can't.
Totally agree. Some great comments there, great points today. Unfortunately, United didn't get the 3 points today, or even a point.
Didn't deserve it.
Didn't deserve it. Villa totally do deserve the 3 points today. Great team performance from them. But yeah, let us know your thoughts on the actual game today. There's some disappointing individual performances today, plus a team performance, which was shocking. But yeah, smash a like on the video, subscribe if you like our content, and we will be back with another video on either Monday or Tuesday at the latest. But try and enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Good night.
Bye.